Hello, Pile 3. I am so sorry that the video cut off. My phone decided to do an update that I had to reject, and it caused me to completely shut down my phone while I was videotaping. And so I will have to do part 2 for the rest of your pile and for the pile 4 that is remaining. And I apologize for the unfortunate events, but let's not let that beat us up, because I'll go ahead and put the debriefing here and allow you to be able to take what resonates. But I am so sorry that that had happened. It is annoying. All right, so here's the debriefing. You have every reason to be positive and excited for the month of January. You gain acknowledgement for the work you do and can actually spend time looking and enjoying the things you earned. You deserve this time to relax, and doing so will bring creative inspiration that makes you want to keep obtaining any goal. You set your intentions on anything you aim for and anything that is a big reward, and have many loyal people who support you. You are a trustworthy candidate for any position or opportunity, even romantically. Because you establish boundaries and have a safe haven to go to, no one can steal what you accomplish. You will be called to share your energy and talents with the world, so get ready for this month. If you did not get to watch the rest of the video, I encourage you to head back to part 1 and watch from the beginning to the end. Don't allow yourself to rock out of control. Oh, frustration. But pile 3, thank you for listening and watching, and thank you for actually clicking into the next video when this one ended, when the first one ended. And if you want to see more content like this, I encourage you to like, comment, and subscribe, and share if you know anybody that could benefit from this information. If you have received your insight and would like to go to another pile, you are more than welcome to go to. But I'm going to go ahead and end it here and get started on pile 4. Hello and welcome, pile 4 and others, if you are coming in from another pile and another video. I had an incident in pile 3 and I was almost close to finishing it, and my phone decided to put a screen up and say, do you want to update a file, which causes everything to shut down and close the video down. And I don't want to lose all the valuable insight that was gained from the video, and I don't believe in having to restart a full almost 3 hours worth. So thank you for clicking on to the next video and being so patient with me. And let's go ahead and jump into your crystal icebreaker and the wisdom and insight for this month. So here we have Morganite: acceptance, compassion, release. The ultimate love attractor. Morganite opens channels for positivity, affection, and devotion to flow effortlessly through your energetic fields. Morganite is able to uncover deep emotional pain, bringing awareness to unexpressed feelings residing inside your body so that you can release them. Know that these feelings can change and are not a part of your identity, clearing away thoughts of martyrdom or victimhood. Morganite expands your ability to love and receive love, advancing your soul to the core of its inner truth. And your affirmation for this month is, I am happy. I am happy. And your self-worth oracle is, gift yourself a small piece of rose quartz to wear. So I'm getting this, I am happy, and you are loving yourself and trying to provide more ways to do so. And that's what I'm getting from that. And your pile had 2 inner child oracle cards that came out, and I love that because I love the colors. So today is the day. There's something you have been putting off, and now is the time to do it. It may seem overwhelming, but beyond the horizon waits something more wonderful than you can know in these present moments. Do not be afraid. No one is ever truly ready at their first steps. It is not perfection that we seek, but a life lived fully. And this one is gratitude brings abundance. The act of gratefulness is a door that leads into abundance of spirit and heart, allowing us to more deeply enjoy this life that we live. Set aside time today to remember all that you have to be thankful for, inviting your feelings of gratitude to overflow every part of your being with their dazzling warmth and light. And your Taroscope theme for the month, and this is going to be reflecting through each week, and it's going to be like the overall theme that you may be feeling. And for here we have the Tower. There will be an unexpected revelation, situation, or push that preempts the end of something you need to release to start on a more authentic, more true and real and very positive journey that you were meant to walk on. Your guides and the divine are getting involved in your business and intentionally collapsing something that is disappearing, whether it be false or negative. It will be shocking, and whether you don't think you can handle it, just know that you can. It may be tough to endure, but the faster you accept it, you will be able to be thankful and more compassionate that it even happened. Especially right now where you are at. If this were to happen any other time of the year, it would be very defeating. But you have a mindset this month going into here that is allowing you to take on any challenge and be positive about it. And this is the best time for it to even happen. So even though the Tower can mean something is about to end, it means something great is about to begin. And you're being asked to look at any self-belief or behavior that is getting in your way and go ahead to deconstruct it. Be willing to change a perspective that doesn't serve you and rise to the turbulent challenge with power, courage, confidence, and guts. Have faith in yourself and know that today is the day. This month is the month for a new start. Try to understand a little more about yourself so you can build something better. So each week you go into this month, find something you can learn about yourself. If things don't go to plan, figure out why it didn't. Maybe we just need to readjust our sight, refocus ourselves, align ourselves to a common goal. But this is basically saying lightning struck at the time something was being revealed, something that was no longer working for you, and now it has to go. At the beginning of the week, you're going to feel very positive. It's almost like someone knocked on your door and gave an offer to you, and it made you step out of your home. It made you actually decide to pack everything up and leave and go to this. And because you were being followed by this, not followed, what are you being followed by? It's not that you're being followed, it's that you are being led to something that's requiring you to change completely and to allow yourself to grow and transform. And you are being asked to only take what is necessary and leave what is not needed behind, because you cannot take what was with you and think that it's going to help you when it hasn't been helping you in the past. And if you notice, this person is carrying they're carrying their passions with them, their music, their creative side, and they are trying to bring boundaries with them because this looks like a weapon. And they've got a suitcase in their hand, and they just have everything that they need with them. And there was a pile that had, I think it was pile 2, that had a gravestone background in their tarot scope for the month. So you may have felt called to pile 2, but you are letting things be buried so you can move forward this week. You have a lot of energy, and it's a floodgate. You feel light and more carefree. You're ready to start this new journey. It doesn't matter where you're going towards something or moving away. It's like you don't care. You were just moving. That's all that matters to you. And you need to ask yourself, are you escaping from it, or is this an actual personal liberation? You are letting your intuition really guide you this week. So continue on your road, having a clear and focused objective. And I do want to say there is this anchor that is being carried. And at first I was taking this as a positive, you're staying grounded, but this makes me think that you may have tucked it into your case, and that is what's going to cause a tower situation to come in. And this is where you need to channel your energy a little bit better. Allow yourself to step into the unknown and take a leap of faith, trusting the universe has a plan. Be open and curious, because great potential and opportunity are calling you. And you are ready. Regardless if you didn't think you were ready, you are ready. The divine thinks you are ready. So embrace your carefree, your very beautiful spirit this week, while laughing more and dancing to the beat of your drum. And just focus, this skeleton, this type of person has already buried what they need to. And you can too. In week 2, we have the 2 of Wands, and it was in reverse, but I'm going to go ahead and leave it upright so you can see the image. A situation may bring conflict to what it is you are passionately doing, causing you to halt and plan how you act and move accordingly. This week will require some direction and planning to be put down, where you prioritize what will help you in alignment with your goals. You may have had this sense of freedom that you obtained in the first week without a plan, but now you are starting to feel a little unsettled or scared you took your desires too far. Consider what is truly important to you and what lights you up when faced with a fork in a road, or when you have too many paths to go down. It's okay if you do need to make necessary adjustments this week so you feel more confident and happy with your decisions for the rest of the month. If something is in the way, what is it and how can you remove it so you can move forward? Are you sticking to what you only know? And this is why you need to take, in each week, you need to learn something different and change something that you may have thought that no longer serves you, so you can learn from it. And if you are trying to take a previous version of yourself into the next week, you are going to be given the X, the no-go. You can't be entering into this week with this energy. The other thing it's kind of letting me think of is, think of like a pond that's about this big, and you're a big fish in this small pond that is limiting your potential by staying safe. You can reach a much higher level. And this is where the tower moment can come in handy. By opening up a canal within that pond or that lake or that river that pushes you towards the sea, where you can actually do something with your potential. Because you have a lot of potential and opportunity here, and you are playing it really, really safe. And it's almost like the divine is inside a bush right now, and they know you're about to try to go back. So this makes me think of something makes you leave your house because it's such a positive thing and it gives you so much energy that you start to leave your house and you become scared and you try to turn around and you realize the divine is not going to let you turn around at all. And so you're required to keep moving forward. Spirit can be funny like that. So let yourself trust yourself and know that you are going exactly where you need to be going. Week 3, we have the 7 of Pentacles. Oh, nope, that's the 3 of Swords. I wonder why that did that there. I will contemplate that in just a moment after I look at this. Normally, I'm really good about laying out the cards, how they come out, but that one came out a bit different. Situations may change for you. Week 3 and week 4, and depending on how you treat. Oh, okay, now I know what Spirit wants me to say. I'll get there in just a second. So the 7 of Pentacles was in reverse, and this makes me think of someone that is counting down the days or the coins as if they are imprisoned by the things that they did, that they worked on, or even there's like this dissatisfaction. You were like, oh, I have this opportunity to do something, and it didn't turn out the way you wanted it to, but it was because you didn't have your goals set in the direction it needs to. See, this one is shooting this way, and this one is shooting back that way. And you want to be able to propel yourself forward so that way you aren't constantly giving yourself a tower moment. And that's what I'm getting from that. The effort and the long-term goals you have will determine how successful you'll be. You have to actually put in the effort. And I wrote down a quote from my tarot book, and this quote is by Harold B. Melcart. And he says, live your life each day as you would climb a mountain. An occasional glance to the summit keeps the goal in mind, but many beautiful scenes are to be observed from each new vantage point. Climb slowly, steadily, enjoying each passing moment, and the view from the summit will serve as a fitting climax for the journey. So with the 7 of Pentacles, there can be this fear of losing what you obtain, or even what you attain could obscure your mind and make mistakes in investments, causing impatience or restlessness. You're being asked to stay calm and reflect before you act. Careful movements will help your well-being, and your earnings will continue without problems. So if you were looking for a financial opportunity, a new career, you were given it to this week, but this doubt starts to kind of set in, and you're trying to carry previous energy from a previous workplace into this environment, and it's not working. Nothing you're doing is working here. And it could be a different role that you're not used to. It can be just a different environment, different people that you're working around. And what you knew about your previous job is not what this job is going to be about. Whatever this situation is, it's totally, completely different. You just need to be willing to grow with it and not let it beat you up to the point that you want to go back to the previous position you were in, because right now you can't go back to it. It's literally been blown up, if that makes sense. So, and I'm also feeling like, how do you react around others when things become too stressful? I'm also seeing somebody who has these emotions that fluctuate, and like in a quick moment, do you let your temper get the best of you? Do you give people, it's either the highway or my way kind of analogy, that's what I'm getting here. It's either my way or no way. And you're realizing that people will leave if you think like that. If you only give them two options, it's either you do what I say or you don't do what I say. And now you are counting how many people are leaving. And that's causing you to have to really analyze. That's not for everybody. Or this is someone around you that acts like this. Like you had this, I'm going to go and work, and you had this SpongeBob energy that says, I'm ready. And Squidward comes in and says, not here. But SpongeBob stays positive. He's always happy. And it doesn't matter how Squidward is. That's just who he is. That doesn't change how he acts. And you may have this small part of you for just a little bit where you almost carry a Squidward type energy in this. And I'm sorry if you don't like SpongeBob, but that's just, that one's coming through for me. But you're being asked to reevaluate and look at how you spent your time and energy, because it's not being very fruitful in this week. So before you begin further within week 2, think clearly about your goals. Think clearly about how you act, how you get frustrated, and just be very careful with your emotions and your passions and your desires, and to not allow them to blind you or get out of control. That's what I'm hearing. Because if you have the Tower moment, you're someone that when things go bad, they really do hit you close to home. And you start to see the lack of things. You start to look at everything from a place where it just doesn't feel good. Like you look at it from this. When this happens, you're instantly here thinking, oh my God, there goes another failure of some kind. But you need to be grateful and look at the abundance that is still around you. And this is something, like I said, each week you're learning something different about yourself that needs to change. That each week could be a Tower moment for you, that you realize you can't go into this week with this type of energy. Like you can't always be the Fool. You can't always be diving into the world and not stay grounded and not have a good sense of direction. You have to know where you're going. For week 3, we have the 3 of Swords in reversed. And this is where that irrationality is coming in. Use all of your rational abilities of evaluation and analysis, as this is the moment to be cautious and prudent in decision making and in facing new activities. You may have tried this new opportunity out this month and you're thinking, I'm going to quit it and start something else. But you're being asked to really think about how being that certain way can close you off and make you unable to speak up on what you need to talk about. I'm sorry, my throat's closing up, so this is making me think of someone who closes themselves off when things don't go their way. Careful analysis of various contrasting situations with consequent selection. So you need to be you need to see everything as it is. And if you act a certain way, what will happen? If you treat people a certain way, what will happen? If you say this, like, you need to understand your actions have consequences, and the people around you, their actions need to have consequences. So if this is someone around you that is acting like this, maybe you're not evaluating yourself. Maybe you are evaluating someone else, and you're seeing how their actions line up or don't line up. And by witnessing poor management, by witnessing poor leadership, or witnessing poor management skills of any kind, you are seeing, I may need to like reevaluate this and either find a way to make sure that this person doesn't keep acting like this because they make us all feel like we're in a prison, or I can leave and find another environment. But if you are someone that is constantly running anytime this situation comes up, this is asking you to face that part of you. I know I keep flip-flopping. And anytime I do this, this makes me think I may be channeling somebody that's always flip-flopping through what they want and what they need to be working on. And they can't really decide for themselves what it is that they need to be doing. That's what I'm getting. With much love and peace. So being careful, being very analytical, and allowing yourself to see if you keep acting a certain way, how that action will treat you. And there is a quote by Orson F. Whitney, and this is a poet and historian. No pain that we suffer, no trial that we experience is wasted. It ministers to the development of such qualities as patience, faith, fortitude, and humility. All that we suffer and all that we endure, especially when we endure it patiently, builds up our characters, purifies our hearts, expands our souls, and makes us more tender and charitable. And it is through sorrow and suffering, toil and tribulation that we gain the education that we came here to acquire. I really love that quote for the Three of Swords, because the Three of Swords usually talks about betrayal. And since this was in reverse, this could be talking about self-betrayal. And your guides want you to stop betraying yourself and not allowing yourself to actually be truly happy and not be able to provide yourself with the love that you need, or to be able to reward you with small things. Pay attention to your inner thoughts and self-talk this week. Your words are powerful, especially the ones you repeat to yourself day after day. Self-criticism, limiting beliefs, and negative self-talk. Think of the inner mean girl or boy telling you why you aren't good enough. There may need to be an emotional purge this week, so you can be open to opportunities. Be a peacemaker who thinks before they speak. If you did something wrong, just say sorry. I had to learn this. Everyone has to learn this. And there goes my ring, I'm so anxious. And you may be a very anxious individual. But I've learned, and I took this from a teacher in high school, and it was something she learned from another, and it's like, don't be stuck on the mistakes that you make. Learn to say sorry and I'll fix it and not repeat it. That's what really matters. Fix it, but don't repeat the mistake. And going back to whenever I had accidentally moved this card into this one, this is that self-sabotage that I was kind of talking about, where if you allow yourself to let someone hurt you and actually take it to heart, and you continue to let people like this around you, at the end of the month, you will want to close yourself off and stay at home, or not even leave your home is what I'm getting. Maybe you did want to leave your home and get out this month, and an opportunity made itself aware, and without the careful planning, you went down one road and it led to this horrible interaction. I am encouraging you to be very safe this month. Pile 4. Be very, very safe. That's really what your pile is. Probably the only pile where I feel like you need a lot of emotional support. You need a lot of guidance. You need a lot of healing. I'm hearing that as well. But you have what you need in order to make things possible this month. Just because the cards out here may look a little daunting and a little scary, but don't forget, this month your affirmation is I am happy, and you are going to find ways to still see yourself as an abundant individual. And each day, today is the day. Think of the fish from Little Nemo. Today's the day where you finally break out of your prison. I'm rearranging these cards for you because I want you to be able to see how you can change it and end on a better note. Okay, this is how I'm changing it for you, and you'll be the only pile that I probably ever do this for. A tower moment happens. You have the information because I have revealed it to you, and now you are able to change the circumstances and look at the relationships around you that are no longer serving you. And now you are able to make clear decisions with a clear goal that allows you to actually start planning what you need to be planning with the 7 of Pentacles. So you may be able to walk at the end of this month with a clear mind, a clear environment where you are happy and you are successful. And you are only saying yes to the things that do make you happy. You are saying no to the inner critic that says you're not good enough. You are good enough. And you are calculating everything you are doing every step of the month this year, every step of the day. Like, you are actually looking at the next step that you are stepping into, and you're doing it with a smile instead. I'm sorry, that had to take me there. And I know that laid out the way it did, but I felt like I had to do that for y'all because I wanted to give y'all something positive, more positive than what was being shown. Please don't. I'm a mama bear, so that's why, like, your mind is so powerful. How you treat it, how you allow thoughts to come in matters. And the reason I put this here is because the gun is pointing this way and it's next to the tower, and that is what you need to end. Any kind of self-betrayal, self-sabotage, or anybody that takes advantage of your boundaries, that keeps you stuck in place, that won't let you leave, you now have the ability to leave. You are no longer in a prison. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get your charms and Scrabble pile 4. Thank you for being patient with me. Normally I pause the video and let it go on, but you're probably somebody that doesn't want to pause. I'm getting a lot of different energy from this pile. I will say that. You make me want to help fight your battles. I was like, what am I spelling? All right. So hopefully you can kind of see this. Here, let me kind of move that up over there. Once again, thank you for being patient and letting me dump all that out. Maybe, okay, Spirit, thank you. You need to dump something very heavy. Okay. I fuel the decisions I make, and even when I feel closed off and surrounded by closed doors, there will always be one victoriously open to move through. So even when you feel closed off, and even when you feel like everything is not going according to plan, when you were in this tower moment and you were trying to escape it, and you're trying to go through closed doors, that is the divine telling you to keep going through this tower until you get out. And you have the ability to do that. And the other thing, because I was trying to figure out how to do this, but look at the little happy face. I fuel my own happiness. You are what determines how happy you are, and you are what determines how abundant you can be or even feel. So this is a sticky notebook, and it has nothing in it. And this is saying, rather than look at a blank page, find ways to create the journey, create the story that you want to live. And beginning of the month, go in with positivity. At the end of the month, end with positivity. But don't allow yourself to be stuck on a previous chapter. Actually, let it finish itself and then begin the next one. And this is, I think of this as like a little propeller, like the trees that have the seeds that spin, and they spin all the way down and then they hit the ground. Right now, your life this month may feel like it's out of control and it's spinning out. But as soon as you allow yourself to hit the ground, you will actually see that something is going to plant from this that you can reflect on and look back on. And this button right here is telling you you have an ability to piece a situation, to close a situation up, so that way it isn't loose, tying up loose ends. That's what I'm hearing from this. This ring over here talks about making a promise towards forgiveness and allowing yourself to see the rainbow when things are dark. And this is a little Capricorn devil charm. And this is talking about whatever choices you make, whatever you are dancing around with constantly, being able to acknowledge this is something that I need to change, and not beat yourself up for even making these decisions in the first place, and just being more accepting of yourself. Be accepting of where you come from. Be accepting. Don't beat yourself up hard, because these are the chains that you are breaking. You are breaking so many cycles this month. I literally see I see three major cycles. So the Three of Swords, you are breaking down 3 barriers this month. This is a ring, and this ring comes up more often than not, and I hate it so much that it does come up. But this talks about putting yourself in a prison or holding yourself to a promise you can't even keep. And it also makes me think of the energies that are around you that make you feel like you have to stay in a prison. Whoever makes you feel that way, that may be the tower that you need to knock down. If someone makes you feel trapped, makes you feel like you are unable to move, makes you feel like you can't have goals or aspirations for yourself, you still have the ability to walk out the door. The door is always open, and you don't have to turn back. This is a golf ball, and it was on the number 2 for call away. You're just a call away. You were almost there. You were just a call away. And you need to keep your ears open. You need to keep your blinds open. You need to be able to see what is out there that is calling you. And you need to be very patient. Very patient, because the number 2, balance your priorities. Balance and be patient. Whenever you are playing golf, or if you think of somebody playing golf, the first time you play it, you may not be so good at it, and it may require you to do like 20 different types of swings before you finally land it, but you finally land it. What matters is what you learn and what you gain from it. And the more you practice at it, the more you will get better at it. And this is the big compassion heart that you need to have for yourself. This is having that self-respect, that self-love, that compassion. And this is a blue gem, so think of anything that is truthful. Actually see the truth within the situation. Keep asking for it, because if you are in a relationship this month, this is making me think that the more you ask questions, the easier it will be for you to discern whether or not that this is a relationship that you need to stay in. That's not for everyone. Or this is like, is this a true job that you want to stay at? Because the environment is telling me that it's not a good environment. Or there's one thing that needs to be changed in order to make it a better environment. And this is a dice, and it was on the number 19 whenever I originally got it out. And so the 1 is about opportunities and beginnings, and the 9 is about having abundance. You were almost there to where you reach the world that you are trying to achieve. And all you need to do, it's all about how you think about it and how you act accordingly this month. All right, pile 4. I'm going to go ahead and get into the debriefing, so that way if people aren't certain whether or not this is their pile, then from the debriefing they will know if this is something they should pay attention to. But just give me a moment. So the debriefing for pile 4, life may be spinning out of control with the Tower card influencing you this month, but your guides are doing this for your highest good because something was fading, your light and potential. You are encouraged to use your thoughts as a fuel source to propel you and not extinguish you while having a clear plan for the long term about where it is you want to go and be. Be careful of the words you say to yourself and others, so we don't unintentionally cause hurt. You fuel your decisions this month. I said decisions and decisions, didn't I? You fuel your decisions and desires this month. That's what that was. I wrote it down and I was like, does that say decisions again? No, it says desires. You are fueling your desires this month. You are fueling your decisions this month, and you are fueling what state of mind you are in this month. But with the Tower card here, let this be your time to get out of it. This month is your chance to break free and get away from what it is that you are trying to get away from. Whether it be an old version of yourself or a certain situation or environment that you are in. Now, if you only picked the debriefing to determine this, just know that I have completely swapped these cards around because I feel it necessary to prove that you can still change your future. You can still change your future right now, even in this moment, depending on how you use the information and how you allow your emotions to come through. But this month, each day is the day to do it. To allow yourself to let go and to take care of what you've been putting off. You can't do it at any other time this year. Apparently, it's this month to do it. Even if your emotions are running high, you're going to find the resolution you need this month. So pay close attention. Pile 4, that is your debriefing and that is your reading for this pile. If you enjoyed this content and would like to see more, please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you know someone that can take advantage of this information or would benefit from this, maybe this wasn't something you personally are going through or will be going through, but you know someone that could benefit from this. And so sharing is caring for them. But other than that, I'm going to go ahead and head out and get started on pile 5. Thank you guys.